Okay, we need to talk about a partnership that is so huge it could genuinely reshape our world. You've got two of the biggest names in tech, Nvidia and OpenAI, joining forces. And believe me, this deal is sending shockwaves through the entire industry. So, what is really going on behind this colossal bet on the future of AI? $100 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. This isn't your average strategic investment, not even close. This is a monumental, all-in gamble on the future, a number that basically screams a new era in technology is here.
And really, the stakes could not be any higher. This whole collaboration, it's not just about building faster computers or slightly smarter software. No, the stated goal here is to literally accelerate the creation of the most powerful artificial intelligence the world has ever seen.
So yeah, this is a massive $100 billion bet. What we're going to do is unpack the incredible promise of what Nvidia and OpenAI are trying to build, but also we have to look at the very serious questions and concerns that come with a partnership of this sheer magnitude.
To really get the why behind that $100 billion number, we've got to talk about the ultimate prize, artificial general intelligence, or AGI. This is basically the holy grail of AI research. We're not talking about an AI that's just good at one specific thing. We're talking about an intelligence that can reason, learn, and solve problems across any domain, just like a human can. Or, and this is the key part, maybe even better.
So what exactly is the dream that $100 billion is supposed to buy? Let's dive into the grand vision, the future that these two tech titans are hoping to build. Nvidia's CEO, Jensen Huang, he calls this the next leap forward. See, the dream of AGI needs an almost unimaginable amount of computing power, and this partnership is designed to be the engine, the absolute powerhouse that provides it.
So how are they going to do it? Well, the grand plan kicks off with building physical infrastructure. We're talking data centers on a scale that we have just never seen before. The idea is to create so much raw computing power that it just smashes right through the current roadblocks holding back AI development. And from there, the goal is to unleash this next-gen AI on some of humanity's biggest, most complex challenges. Everything from modeling climate change to finding cures for diseases.
And the sheer scale of this infrastructure, it's honestly hard to wrap your head around. To get this all up and running, they'll need systems that eat up at least 10 gigawatts of power. That is a truly staggering amount of energy.
And to put that number in perspective for you, 10 gigawatts is enough electricity to power roughly 8 million homes in the US. So yeah, this isn't just a digital project. It is a massive, real-world construction project with enormous energy demands.
But you know how it goes. With great power comes great scrutiny. And while the vision is incredibly ambitious, the deal itself is raising some pretty serious red flags for regulators, for competitors, and for industry watchdogs.
At the very heart of the controversy is something people are starting to call the money loop. Okay, so here's how it seems to work. Nvidia, the company that makes the chips, invests billions of dollars into OpenAI. Then OpenAI, who desperately needs those chips to train its AI models, takes that exact same money and uses it to buy billions of dollars worth of, you guessed it, Nvidia's own advanced chips.
And this, right here, this raises the central question, doesn't it? Is this circular funding thing a brilliant strategy to supercharge innovation? Or is it a clever way to lock in your biggest customer, kill off the competition, and build an unbeatable monopoly?
Legal experts are definitely taking notice, and the red flags for them are pretty clear. They're arguing this whole setup could face some intense antitrust scrutiny because it could potentially stifle rivals like AMD and Broadcom, consolidate market dominance, and in the end, just stop innovation from anyone who's not part of this powerful duo.
But while regulators might be worried, Wall Street is ecstatic. Right after the announcement, Nvidia's market value shot up by a massive $177 billion. For investors, this partnership doesn't look like a risk. It looks like guaranteed future demand and total market dominance.
Okay, so let's try and bring these two sides together. How do we weigh the incredible, world-changing promise of this collaboration against the very real danger it might pose to a competitive and innovative tech industry?
It's really no surprise that analysts are completely torn. On one hand, supporters are praising Nvidia's strategic genius, seeing this huge potential for massive economic returns and a real boost to global productivity. But on the other hand, critics are raising some serious concerns. They're suggesting Nvidia is becoming this investor of last resort,
basically becoming over-reliant on OpenAI's success, and in the process, potentially choking out innovation across the entire rest of the industry.
And look, this future is not that far off. The roadmap is already being laid out. The initial rollout for all this massive new infrastructure, it's set to begin in the second half of 2026. And from that point on, the push towards developing these truly super intelligent systems is just going to accelerate into 2027 and beyond.
Which, of course, brings us to our final question. This $100 billion gamble is going to redefine the future of technology one way or another. But is it going to be a future of unbelievable progress that benefits everyone, or will it just cement the power of two companies, creating a future that's more powerful for them, but not necessarily better for the rest of us? That is the question we're all going to be watching unfold.